Hello and welcome to second session of cash management. In this video, I'll be talking about what are the motives of cash, holding cash, and Baumol model, and other some logical question of cash management, like the questions like if company reduces its collection period, check reimbursement period, how it will be helpful to the company in making savings, and how it will helpful to the company in reducing the cash requirement. So the next part I'll be discussing about motives of holding cash. Now, as we know, without cash it's difficult to run any organization, any company, firm, sole proprietorship or anything, and because of which every business house they keep cash. Now there are three motives of holding cash. We can also keep cash in bank, we can also keep cash in other forms, marketable securities, but there are three basic motives, logic behind holding cash or cash equivalent item in the firm. The first is transaction motive. Now, to explain, to understand this transaction motive, any business house is doing business, buying and selling of goods and services, buying raw material to sell product. Company incurs some selling expenditures like salesman salary, advertisement, promotion expenses, etc. And all these items, all these expenses have to be made in cash. So to do buying and selling activity, to do the business transactions, company need to have cash on hand. Second is speculative motive. Now the speculative motives are like, it can be perception, it can be the prediction also. Now my prediction may be correct or prediction may be wrong, the perception may be correct, perception may be wrong, but uh, to support your thought, to support your thinking, prediction, company should have cash. Now for example, a company is making ice cream, and the raw material costs are the raw materials which ice cream producing company is using are like milk, sugar, cream, and other some fruits, etc. Now there is a rumor, or you can say there is a prediction, that after 2 or 3 months there will be sudden increase in price of sugar, or you can say other raw material which company is using. Now to grab the opportunity to buy this raw material today rather than waiting for 2 months, and rather than incurring extra expense of buying raw material after 2 months when price rise, so what company can do, company can buy this raw material today, keep it in warehouse, and when there is increase in the prices, company can save itself from the sudden rise in prices. But to fulfill this, to purchase this product, company should have cash. Now again, this is a speculation, this is your thinking, your thought, your prediction. It may be correct. After 2 months, if price does not rise, then whatever raw material you purchase 2 months advance, it will be blockage of fund. But if price rises after 2 months, then company would get advantage, because company have already purchased this 2 months back. So for speculative motive, company can have cash. Third is precautionary motive, to safeguard company from the sudden loss, or you can say some accidental uh, event happening in the company, and for that company should have cash on hand. Like there is a sudden increase in the demand for product, or maybe just because your sub competitor is not selling, or maybe the competitor's product is not up to the mark, and the customer will turn to your company's product. You have to fulfill the demand of customer, right? And to fulfill the sudden increase in demand of the customer, you have to take precaution, you have to keep extra raw material, or you have to keep some finished goods in stock, and because of which your cash are blocked. You need cash for this precautionary motive. So these are the motives of holding cash. Next part of this video, I'll be discussing about the Baumol model of cash requirement. As you can see in this screen, this is a formula of Baumol model, and the formula is under root 2 C, that is cash requirement, into T means transaction cost, divided by opportunity cost, that is K. Now to explain this formula, the formula says it is just like EOQ kind of formula. In EOQ, we find out the optimum level of inventory that company should have. Company should order not too much, not too less, but company should order inventory which is optimum level at which the transaction cost and the opportunity cost are minimum. Similarly, we can compare this Baumol model with EOQ. Baumol model says a company should have ideal amount of cash on hand. Company should not have too high cash on hand, and company should not have too little cash on hand. Now practically what companies are doing is, companies are having some cash on hand, and remaining cash, or you can say cash equivalent commodity or item, companies are keeping in reserves, or you can say companies are keeping in bank. Now to understand in a simple way, let us say for example, in a year company require cash of 2 crore, but all these 2 crore companies are not keeping in hand, because 2 crore company does not want at a stretch. Company want it, this 2 crore, throughout the year. So in some month company require 20 lakhs, some month company require only 10 lakhs, some months company may require 50 lakhs, etc. So what the ideal situation is, a Baumol model will give us the suggestion how much cash company should keep on an average on hand. Because whenever you go to bank and convert your marketable securities into cash, you may incur some transaction cost, because every time bank will levy the cost on making the transaction. And if every 10 days, every month, every week you go and convert your marketable securities into cash, it will increase your transaction cost. Number two, if you don't want to increase the transaction cost, you can keep all cash on hand, but in that case company will be losing interest, that is opportunity cost. Company will lose the interest which a company could have earned if company could have kept this amount in bank. So neither company can keep all amount on hand, nor company can go to bank again and again and convert this marketable securities into cash. So this is called optimum level of cash. At this, your transaction cost is minimum and your opportunity cost is also minimum. So this is the logic behind the Baumol model formula. Let's talk about the practical question of Baumol model in the next part of this video. So this is a question which can be solved with the help of Baumol model. The question is, ABC Company Limited has total cash requirement of 1 crore for the coming year. That means in the next year company want 1 crore rupees to run its operation. The company has opportunity cost of 14% per annum. That means if I keep all 1 crore on my hand, I will be losing 14% interest part. The company will have to incur 150 per transaction cost, and if I keep all 1 crore in bank, I will be earning interest, but in that case I have to go to bank again and again, and I have to withdraw my cash, or maybe I have to convert my marketable securities into cash, and every time bank will charge 150 rupees per transaction, right? Now this is the information which is given, and our job is to calculate based on Baumol model what is the optimum cash which company should have, neither too high cash nor too little cash. So what is the optimum level, that we will find out, and plus we will also find out what is the total cost of having this optimum cash balance with the company. So we are finding out the figures from the question, and then we'll put it into formula. As we can see, Baumol model equals to under root 2 CT upon K. C means cash requirement, which is given in this question, which is 1 crore. T means transaction cost, which is also given 150 rupees per transaction, and cash opportunity cost is 14%, which is K. So by putting this into the formula, under root 2 multiplied by 1 crore multiplied by 150 and divided by 0.14, we come to know that company should have 1,46,385 rupees on an average cash on hand. Now what does it mean? Company want 1 crore, and whenever the interpretation of Baumol model's cash amount is, whenever I go to bank, I should convert my marketable security into cash equivalent to 1,46,385. So whenever I give my marketable security to bank, the Baumol model gives us the answer what amount of marketable security I should hand over to bank, and bank should give it to me in cash. So if I do this, 1 crore divided by 1,46,385, on an average, I'm going to bank 68 times. So there are 68 times transaction which I'm doing to convert this 1 crore marketable securities into cash. So I'm finding out the total cost, and the formula of total cost is transaction cost plus opportunity cost. Now to find out transaction cost, I'm doing transaction per cost multiplied by number of transactions. So 150 multiplied by, now to find out number of transactions, as I did, 1 crore divided by 1,48,385, and that comes to 68 times. So 150 into 68, my total transaction cost is 10,200, and opportunity cost is what is opportunity cost? Whatever cash I am taking from bank, right? So I will not be using all this cash in one day. The perception, or you can say theory, says whatever amount I am withdrawing from bank, 50% I will be using, and 50% I am keeping as reserves. It will be useful for next coming days, and that is why my opportunity cost to calculate is half of the amount which I am converting into cash, that is 148,385 divided by 2, multiplied by the percentage of opportunity cost, and that comes to 10,386. So total cost of as per Baumol model is transaction cost plus opportunity cost equals to 10,200 plus 10,386, and that comes to 20,586. So as per Baumol model, the optimum cash company should keep is 146,385, and to keep this cash on hand, the company is incurring cost of 20,586. This is another sum of cash management without any formula, but this sum we can solve with the help of logic. Now as the question says, a company has on an average credit sales of 18 lakh per year. So in a year, company is making sales of 18 lakh, and company is working for 300 days in a year. So we can make conclusion that 18 lakh a company is making sales divided by 300 days company is working. So on an average, company is making sales of 6,000 rupees per day. Now the question, if the company could reduce check clearance time by 2 days. So as I'm making credit sales, whenever I'm getting check, whatever check I'm getting from my customer, it takes some time to get it clear. But if company is making some adjustment with the bank, and company can convert this check into cash 2 days faster, what would be savings? So if I convert my checks into cash 2 days faster, so I'm saving, or I'm getting 2 days credit sales earlier. So the solution will be like this. I'll find out the daily sales, which is 6,000. Now I'm saving 2 days, so 6,000 into 2, I'm saving 12,000. So I'm getting 12,000 rupees faster because of this system which company has designed, or company will design, that whatever check I'm getting from customer within 2 days, I should get cash. And if company is getting cash faster, company will require less amount of loan to be taken from bank, and if I'm taking less loan, I have to pay less interest. So 12,000 rupees I'm getting early, and I'll be saving interest on 12,000 rupees per year. So 12,000 into 15%, which is interest on loan. So company can save 1800 rupees because of this system, because of saving 2 days, or because of making this system of getting check faster convert into cash by 2 days. This is another question of logical solution of cash management. The question is, XYZ company has found that it takes around 12 days to collect fund from a customer, from the company, from the customer to company. And if company can save this time from 12 days to or company can reduce the time, what would be savings? Now for this, the information is company has made sales of 10 crore rupees per year, and now if company reduces time from 12 days to 10 days, that means again company is saving 2 days of time. That means company is collecting credit sales, converting credit sales into cash 2 days faster. So that means company is saving 2 days amount, and if company is saving 2 days amount, so company will be saving interest on this 2 days amount. So the question is, if company relax it's 12 days to 10 days, and if company can use this savings to repay loan which company has taken, so company will be saving 18% interest. And assume there is a 360 days in a year and tax is 35%. So let's see the solution of this case study. Now, as for information, 10 crore is annual turnover. Company is working for 360 days. So by converting this into 1 day sales, it becomes 2,77,778. This is the daily sales. Now, as it is given that company is saving its days from 12 to 10, that means 2 days companies are saving. So 1 day credit sales is 2,77,000. So for 2 days company is saving 5,55,555. This is what the early cash which company can receive from customer, because company has reduced collection period. If as a company I'm saving this 5,55,555, this savings I will repay my loans. So whatever loan I have taken from other bank, I will use this and I will repay my loans. And if I am reducing my loan amount, I am saving interest on my loan. Correct. So my savings would be 5,55,555, and if I make 18% of this, that means 5,55,555, and if I am making 18% of which comes to 99,999.9, that means almost 1 lakh rupees. So I am saving interest of 1 lakh rupees on my loan. And income tax is 35%. So whatever savings I have, or this is called income also, 1 lakh rupees savings, or you can say 1 lakh rupees of income, and government will take 35% tax, because if I'm paying less installment, that means my profit will be high, and that means my 35% tax will increase. So on 1 lakh rupees I have to pay 35% tax. So my net savings would become 65,000. So this is what the solution of cash management. We discuss motives of holding cash, Baumol model, and some logical questions of cash management, like if company saves its number of days, flotation days, then company can save the amount. Company can use this saving amount by repaying loan, and if company is repaying loan, company's interest would be less, and that would be savings, and that savings will become, after deducting tax, it becomes net savings. Thank you very much for the listening, and for the other information you can visit my blogspot. Thank you very much.